and by implication address the world, and more especially the Nigerian nation, and particularly the Kebians, about our take on the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections. I must say, without any fear of contradiction, having taken stock of the manner by which this election was conducted, having taken stock of the role, albeit negatively played by very, very highly placed government functionaries, security agencies, INEC officials, traditional rulers, and the array of hoodlums across the state, which amounted to clear and flagrant violation of the extant and relevant electoral laws and bastardization of the internationally accepted best practices of elections and the conduct of elections the world over. We want to state clearly that what transpired in Kebbi State, as far as the just concluded election is concerned, it wasn't an election, it wasn't a free, fair, and credible election by all standards. It was an election conducted at gunpoint, election conducted by traditional rulers harassing their subjects to vote for the APC. It was an election that was conducted by box stopping. It was an election that was conducted through harassment by security agencies, and this time around by soldiers. It was an election that was conducted in clear violation of certain established rules, especially having to do with the usage of card reader, manual voting, multiple voting, and vote buying. The security agencies were very partial. Before their eyes, the APC and its agents and cohorts were busy in the open buying votes, giving out money, giving out textile materials with impunity. And a paradox also occurred where innocent PDP members were handpicked and arrested and were charged with vote buying. This is ridiculous. This kind of attitude must be assailed. It must be justified. It's unacceptable. And therefore, on the whole, we want to tell the world what was read at the Presidential Collation Center in Abuja, coming from Kebbi, was a correct misrepresentation of people's votes and mandates. It wasn't an election. It was a pre-planned, premeditated, stage-managed election conducted by people who, by all the standard of the laws governing election, are not supposed to partake or have a role to play in forcing the people to vote in favor of APC. This is what that was transpired. It was public knowledge, everybody saw it, and therefore, having a hindsight view of what transpired, having taken stock from all our agents and party officials and the general public, we hereby declare this election that transpired in Kebbi to be illegal, illegitimate, unacceptable, And we want to urge all Kebbians to brush aside this impression that is being formed now that the APC won the presidential election in Kebbi under a level playing ground and by all standards free and fair. It wasn't free and fair and could not be credible. And on that note, I'm here with my gubernatorial candidate and his deputy, and the Director General of the campaign, and the candidate of the Kebbi Central Senatorial Zone, and other party officials, to tell you that we will not accept the reputation or reincarnation of what transpired during the last presidential election, during the gubernatorial election. We are calling on the traditional rulers to play that role that they are known for, as being fathers of all, guardians of all, and the guardians of our lofty values, by being neutral, non-partisan. We are urging also the security agencies to be neutral, to be patriotic, to be impartial, and to stay within the confines of the law when participating in the conduct of this election. Every institution or every person representing an institution knows his place as far as the electoral process is concerned. People should be allowed to freely vote for whoever they so wish. This is supposed to be a free and fair election. And we are sending or sounding word of warning that whoever thinks he can trample upon the law, whoever thinks he will pick the courage this time around to come out and re-encourage those nefarious activities that the last election was predicated upon, should be ready to face stiff resistance, to face the law, because we believe nobody is above the law, and we will pursue this to its logical conclusion. We are Nigerians, we believe in Nigeria, we believe in the process that governs elections in Nigeria, and we believe in that wholesome and very sanctimonious national interest. And therefore, any other interest apart from this national interest and the Constitution and the laws governing election, anything apart from this is inconsequential to us, is irrelevant to us, and any amount of effort to see that the people's mandate is being hijacked, misrepresented, or usurped will meet chain of reaction, the end result of which no one can predict. Thank you very much, and you will hear the remaining from our governor.